Algebra. How to multiply at brackets. Before we learn how to multiply at brackets, we have to understand why to multiply them in the first place. You must have been taught or heard somewhere that whatever is in the brackets should always be evaluated first. So technically speaking, I should deal with x minus 5 first, x plus 4 first, and 2x plus 3 first, because it's in the brackets. But the problem is I can't do it. And the reason for that is x and minus 5 are not like terms. In a similar way, x and plus 4 and 2x plus 3 are not the same type of terms. In order to simplify that expression then, we multiply at the brackets. So we multiply everything which is inside the brackets by the number or the term before the bracket. How do we do that? We do it as follows. I multiply 3 by the x. So it's 3x. And then I multiply 3 by minus 5. Bear in mind how I included that minus, because it also matters. 3 times minus 5 is minus 15. You can try the next one just on your own. So you can pause the video, try to evaluate example B, and I'll give you the solution in literally 5 seconds. Here is the solution. 2 times x is 2x. 2 times positive 4 this time is positive 8. Okay, what if we've got a bit more complicated terms? 4 times 2x. Now 4 times 2 itself is 8. I've also got the x, so I can't forget about this. And then 4 times positive 3 is positive 12. Try the next one yourself. The solution comes in 5 seconds. The solution. 3 times 5x. So 3 times 5 is 15, and I've still got the x. 3 times minus 1, 3 times negative 1 is simply negative 3. What if the first term in the bracket doesn't have an x, but the second one does? What do I do then? It's not really much different. I just have to be consistent how I multiply. 5 times 4 is simply 20. There's no x this time. And 5 times negative 2x. 5 times negative 2 is minus 10. And I've still got the x. Okay, try example F on your own. The solution comes in 5 seconds. The solution. 7 times 2 is simply 14. 7 times negative 4x is negative 28x. These are a bit more difficult examples because sometimes we're going to have to multiply two x's together. What happens if we do that? 3x times x. X times x always gives me x squared. I've still got the 3, so I'll simply get 3x squared. Now 3x times positive 6 is positive 18x. Try example H just yourself. Pause the video and I'll give you the solution in 5 seconds. The solution for example H. 5x times 3 is 15x. Bear in mind I didn't multiply two x's together, it's just 5x times 3. 5 times 3 is 15, and the x there also gets written down. Now 5x times a positive x times x is x squared. I have to remember about the 5, so I've got 5x squared. If you're doing well, you can bear with me to move on to really difficult examples where we have to multiply higher powers of x. Let me do example I for you. 8x to the power of 4 times 3x to the power of 2. I multiplied the numbers 8 times 3, and that gives me 24. Now x to the power of 4 times x to the power of 2. If we multiply terms with the same base, x is the base, the powers will add up. So 4 plus 2 is simply 6. Now 8x to the power of 4 multiplied by negative 3x, 8 times minus 3 is minus 24, and x to the power of 4 times x simply upgrades it to x to the power of 5. Try example J yourself, pause the video, and I'll give you the solution in 5 seconds. The solution: 7x squared times 6x. So 7 times 6 is 42. X squared times x is simply x to the power of 3. Now 7x squared multiplied by negative 3x cubed. 7 times 3 is minus 21. X squared times x cubed is x to the power of 5. If you've managed everything and you understand the whole method up to now, you can move on to much more difficult level, which is multiplying two sets of brackets. As you can see, I've got two sets of brackets in each of these expressions. In order to multiply all of these terms by each other, we're following something which is called the FOIL method. FOIL. And it stands for first, so that is when we take into account the first times the first term in each bracket, then outside, so the outside terms, then the inside, so 3 and x, the ones inside, and the last term of each bracket. So let's start. X times x is simply x squared. Now the outside, x times 4 is positive 4x. 3 times x is positive 3x. And the last one, 3 times 4 is 12. As you can see, I can actually combine these two terms because these are like terms, 4x and 3x. If I add them, I will get x squared plus 7x plus 12. Try example L yourself, following the FOIL method. So pause the video and I'll give you the solutions in 5 seconds. Okay, the solution. The first one, x times x is x squared. Outside, x times 7 is 7x. Inside, 2 times x is 2x. And last, 2 times 7 is 14. Now what if you have to multiply some negatives? Watch how I do example M. It shouldn't be really much more difficult than the previous ones. It's just we're introducing a minus in there, so make sure you don't get caught up and make a mistake on this one. X times x is obviously x squared. X times 7 is 7x. Minus 4 times x is minus 4x. And minus 4 times 7 is minus 28. I should have actually combined these two terms, because this is not the final solution yet. X squared plus 9x plus 14. Same in this example. X squared plus 3x minus 28. The next example is even much more difficult than the previous one, and the reason for that being I have to multiply some numbers and minuses. So have a look how I'm doing this. 2x times 4 is 8x. 2x times negative 5x. 2 times 5 is minus 10. 2 times minus 5 is minus 10. And x times x is x squared. 3 times 4 is 12. And 3 times negative 5x is minus 15x. This time, the like terms is the 8x and minus 15x. A convention when it comes to writing down expressions with multiple different powers of x or any other unknown is that we always start with the greatest power first. The greatest power is minus 10x. I'm actually going to write down that term first. So it's minus 10x squared. Then I'm going to combine the terms with x. 8x take away 15x, that's just take away 7x. And then the last term is plus 12. Here are two examples for you. You can just pause the video, and in 5 seconds I'm going to give you the solutions for both of them. The solutions: x squared plus 9x minus x minus 9. So that's x squared plus 8x minus 9. 12x squared plus 8x minus 15x minus 10. So that's 12x squared minus 7x minus 10. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned and got all the answers correct. Thank you.